Girl.
My mind seemed to take a step out, get some air now, let your edge out to some ice.
Welcome back, Whisper Sisters. We are doing round 2 of dating tips. These are all the mistakes that I've made in my dating career or my dating life that I am now giving to you so you don't have to make the same mistake. You don't got to be out here in these streets like that. I got you. Number 1, drinking on the first date. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop.
Calm down. Look, I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop.
What I'm saying is drinking makes you more susceptible to a good time. It makes you more susceptible to a good time. It turns off that level of discernment that you need when you're meeting somebody for the first time. Everything seems cool and great when you're having a good time and you're drinking. You automatically think you might like this person and you don't. You don't know that though because you're a little tipsy. You're a little loosey-goosey, a little wow. You know what I'm saying? If you are going to have a drink, maybe just one. But I'm leaning on more of the side of none. Now, hey, have I drank on the first date? Yes. Have I gotten a little too tipsy on the first date? Yes. Would I do it again? I don't know. But it is not a good idea. Your boundaries drop so significantly when you are tipsy. Your inhibitions are low. You're more willing to let things slide. You're more willing to do things that you wouldn't normally do because you have been drinking. And that's not to say one drink is going to have you loosey-goosey all over the floor. But what I'm saying is if you're going like, oh, let's meet for drinks. And then next thing you know, you 4 drinks in with your top off. Like, girl, again, you're unable to tell what's real and what's fake. When you start drinking, you're more friendly, especially I'm way more friendly. You're more friendly. You're more willing to think that this person's a great person or that they're your friend or that they like you. You have alcohol puts rose-colored glasses on everybody. Also, when you're asking them questions, trying to get to know them, you might not remember the answers the next day. You quite frankly might not remember what they said. I know this has happened to me tons of times. I'm like, what? I know I asked them, but I don't remember what I said. It's like almost wiping the slate clean, wiping the date out of existence. Just consider one or none. That's all I'm saying. Letting the date go on too long. Sis, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them and when to walk away. It's not that much of a good time in the world, honey. You are making yourself look too available. And I hate to even have to say that because it seems like we're playing games, but we're not. We want this man to think that yes, while we're available, sometimes we're not available all the time. You're not just going to come into my life and suck up all my time. Honey. You have to earn more time with me. And I know that is hard when the date is going well, when you're having a good time. The keys are flowing. The conversation is rolling. He's handsome. You're hot. He smells good. You smell great. Nobody wants to walk away from that. And then if he says, you know what, did you want to get a coffee after this? It's going to kill you to have to say no. But you need to want him to want more of you. And if you're giving all of it right up front, there's no chase, there's no work, there's no hunt. And it's like, okay, I got her, I bagged her. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got to do much else after that. Make him want more. The way you make somebody want more is by giving them less. And I'm not saying cut the date to 30 minutes. An hour and 20 is a good time for a date if it's really going well. End the date right there. Now listen, there are exceptions to every rule, okay? You have to use your discernment. You have to use your judgment, your critical thinking skills. What do I know? Just think about it and keep it in the back of your head. Talking too much. Girl, shut up. Stop telling that man everything. That man don't need to know what you was for kindergarten, Halloween. Damn. Leave some mystery. This ties in well with my last point. Leave some mystery for that man. You don't have to tell him all your trauma. When you tell people your trauma, they, gauge an opinion of you. They also say, I wonder what they would accept from me. And this is human nature. It's not even like I'm talking about you're on a date with a malicious person, which you very well could be. But human nature is like, wow, they let that slide. I wonder what they would let slide with me. Just as a thought, like not even if they wanted to act on it, but just as a thought, you are helping him create a perception of you that might not be accurate for today's you. Today's price is not yesterday's price. So why are we still talking about yesterday? You don't have to tell everybody about your trauma. If you want to talk about your trauma, go get you a therapist, sis. Stop telling these men what you want in a man. You are giving them the blueprint to play in your face. Do you hear what I'm saying? If you go in and say, I like a man that brings me flowers and chocolate every Sunday, takes me to meet his mother, takes me on walks at the park, who's honest and who loves to laugh and who loves romantic movies, you are giving him all that he needs to manipulate you and make you think you're seeing a type of person that you're actually not seeing. And that is for the men that are going into the dating game with bad intentions. You are letting him know what it takes to access your heart so that he can get what he wants from you. Don't do it. Don't tell that man nothing about what kind of man you like. I typically like to say, I'm not sure yet, but I'll know when I see it. Ooh, she's smooth. She's smooth. Don't tell them. It doesn't have to necessarily be a secret, but laying it all out on the table, you setting yourself up to get played. You setting yourself up to get bounced like a basketball, babes. Accepting too many reschedules or lateness. If I can walk away with one thing out of this whole thing, do not tolerate bad behavior right off jump. It is not going to get better. It is going to get worse. Do you hear what I'm saying? These men are out to test you. Not all men, but a lot and I don't even want to just say men, women too. In general, it is people's nature to test boundaries and limits to see what they can get away with. When he or she keeps rescheduling, no. In my book, you get one rescheduling, and I mean you better be bleeding. Somebody better be on their last breath for me to reschedule with you, because otherwise, no, we're not doing it. This ties in well with he ain't said nothing to you all week, and on the day of the date, your crazy self goes and texts him and say, hey, are we still meeting up? You better not. That man knows he set up a date with you and ain't talked to you all week. Do not do it. Do not reach out to that man. That man has 5 hours pre-date to confirm that date and send that location, or I'm not going. And I'll be damned if I reach out to you and say, are we still going on that date? You know what you did. You know you set up a plan with me. I ain't got to reach out to you and say nothing. Don't do it. You are setting yourself up to look desperate. You are setting yourself up to accept bad behavior. Do not accept lateness. Do not. And when I say lateness, stuff happens. Traffic be crazy. Kids be crying. It's a lot going on in everybody's life. When I say lateness, I'm talking about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. You can't do that at your job. You can't do that with me. And especially if they don't call or text like, hey, I'm so sorry, X, Y, and Z is going on. Can we reschedule the date for 9? Or can we reschedule the date for 7? Same day reschedule. Same day reschedule. You were talking about rescheduling a whole nother week, and ain't nobody did, and you're not bleeding. Absolutely not. We're not doing it. No, don't do it. It gives them the perception that you're desperate, that you'll accept anything, and that you are willing to wait. You are not. Your time is valuable. Your time is precious. You got places to go and people to stay. Don't accept all that foolishness from them. And last but not least, dating a man without a plan. Girl, you asked me out on a date and you asking me where I want to go? All I need you to do is ask me what I'm interested in and what kind of food I like. You figure it out from there. I'm not about to tell you where to take me. Sir, you got to work. You got to put in some effort. You got to put in some time. You want to wine and dine me, but you want me to give you the directions to it? You tell me where you're taking me. Tell me the type of attire. Tell me the type of event. and I will show up there and I will be my beautiful, pretty self, and we're going to have a good time. I didn't ask you out on a date, because if I did ask you out on a date, I would tell you where we're going. I ain't looking for you to tell me where we're going, because I am trying to impress you. I want to show you a good time. Again, there's exceptions to every rule. If the man is meeting you on your territory and he genuinely has no idea because Google shut down for the day, it is okay to suggest. Or if you are seriously type A and you have to be in control of where you go, pick the restaurant, pick the activity, you give him the address and let him show up on time. But if you are looking for a man that has more of a leading spirit, let that man pick where you guys are going. Let him. I hope these dating tips were helpful. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share with that one girlfriend that we all know needs the share. And I will talk to you later, Whisper Sisters. Love you. Bye.